Hello again, my sound-making friends. It's me, Carl Antonowicz. Today we're going to learn how to make a rain stick out of a large piece of cardboard tubing. As you can see, it's hollow in the middle. What you're going to need is a large piece of cardboard tubing. If you can't find one that is as long as this, you can also use one from like a roll of paper towels. If you're really in a bind, you could use one that is from a roll of toilet paper. Um, just sort of anything will work. You're also going to need about a fistful of rice. You're going to need a number, like 10, 15, 20 toothpicks that you will be using to stab through the cardboard tube. You're also going to need some tape and some paper, a pair of scissors, and possibly a nail or a pen. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to take those toothpicks that I just mentioned and poke them through the tube like that, see? And you're just going to do this all the way down, and you're going to do it sort of willy-nilly. It doesn't really matter what the spacing is like. It doesn't really matter what their angles are like. I like to do mine pretty regularly, but it's not necessary to do it like that. So let's do that for a minute. Hold on just a second. All right, now that you've got all of those plugged in, your stick should look something like a weapon. Um, so in order to solve that, what we're going to do is going to take a pair of scissors, or in my case, a pair of cuticle shears that I happen to have in my Swiss Army knife here, and we're going to snip off the sharp parts. Then we're going to take some masking tape and wrap over the parts that are sticking out so that it's less likely to put out your little brother's eye. Hold on just a minute and I'll do that and I'll meet you back here in 5. Now all of those are snipped off, so it's going to be a little bit harder for you to hurt somebody with it. Now take that tape and you're going to wrap it around the outside of the thing, making sure to cover each part where there's still a little bit of toothpick sticking out. This is also going to help hold these toothpicks in place because they are going to be bombarded by grains of rice throughout the use of this rain stick. I'm doing kind of a bad job, but feel free to do a better job than this. If you want to make yours look pretty, I would encourage that as well. Maybe try doing a little pattern around the outside, get you some magic markers and draw some pictures on it. Pictures of rain or snakes or rain snakes, hippos, birds. Okay, great. That part's done now. So you'll see there's only a few places where I have the toothpick sticking out, and that's because, like I said, I was doing kind of a bad job. But you should do a better one. Next up, we're going to take a piece of paper, like this one, and we're going to cut a little square of it so that it is about the same dimensions as either end of your rain stick. You're going to cut 2 of those squares. You know how to cut paper, so I'm just going to do that off camera. Okay, now that those squares are cut, you're going to take them and you're going to tape them on one. You're going to tape one on one end. Using that same roll of tape or a different roll of tape if you prefer. I'd recommend actually using a packing tape for this purpose because it's going to be a little bit stickier and you don't want rice to fall everywhere when you turn this over. It'll also improve the longevity of your rain stick. So if you feel like you're going to enjoy using this for a long time, maybe using the packing tape would be a better move. Little wrap around right there. Cool. Now there's that part done. Should look something like that, but if it doesn't look like that, don't worry too much about it. Just make sure that it's covering up the entirety of that hole and there's not a whole lot of space left over for grains of rice to escape. I just noticed a hole in mine, so I'm going to cover that up to avoid having to clean up a bunch of rice. Cool. So next, this is where the rice comes in. I happen to have this bag of rice left over from the last time I dropped my phone in water. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab yourself a fistful of this wonderful starchy staple. You're going to get as much of that as you can into the mouth of the Rainstick. You can already hear how much it sounds like rain, right? Maybe give it another handful just for good measure, because little rain never hurt no one. As you can hear, I'm missing a little bit, and I'm going to vacuum that up later on, so that it's not stuck to my feet every time I walk around in my office. Then you're going to take that other piece, the other square of paper that you cut, and you're going to put it over the other end and tape it up just like you did the first one. Make sure that there's not any space left for rice to get out, because you're already going to have to vacuum up enough from your sloppy pour and from having cut up those toothpicks earlier on too. Probably, if you're anything like me, you probably had a few of those fly away, and you're going to have to find them later, or else find them even later than that with your feet. So be careful about that. I don't want you guys to have toothpicks sticking out of your feet. It's hurty. And again, if you wanted to use packing tape for this, I would encourage that. But it doesn't really matter. Masking tape will do just as well. So now you've basically got your Rainstick. More than basically, you actually have it. You have the ability to conjure up a brief and refreshing shower at any point during the forthcoming hot summer. My name is Antonowicz. I am a sound effects artist. Have a wonderful day.